Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Sri Lanka. Our topic today is about Sri Lanka. We was interesting about this country because this country was colonized by many countries such as Holland, Portuguese, and also British. So we just focus on British because this country was influenced by British. Sri Lanka is one island close border with India. This country is like home for many religious and many ethnic group and also many language. The majority of this country is Buddhist, almost 70%, and also Hindu and Muslim. This country also have three official languages. First of all, Sinhala. Sinhalese is for Buddhist Sinhala. And also the second one is Tamil. Tamil is for Hindu and Muslim. And also the English. So English is for everyone and everywhere you everywhere you are in Sri Lanka, you can use English. So our informant for our term paper is Dr. Muhammad Irfan from Sri Lanka. So now he as a foreign expert for Arabic curriculum in College of Islamic Study, Prince of Songkla University, Pattani campus. His background studying is in Sri Lanka and also in Sudan. So according to Dr. Muhammad Irfan, he mentioned about the effect from the British colonization have some advantage and also disadvantage. So first of all about positive affected from from British colonization is about education development and also about the healthcare center. However, from the colonization of British have some negative affected. Is about the politics strife and also clash between ethnic group in Sri Lanka, and also the last one is about exploiting natural resources.
In Sri Lanka, there are a lot of nations. Having many nations can cause the Sinhala contain many languages. However, for the first one, it's Sinhala. Sinhala, it is the first language and it is the main official language. Moreover, Sinhala it is spoken by the Buddhist Sinhalese people, which derive from the northern India. For the second one, it's Tamil. Tamil language it is spoken by only 5 million people. Moreover, Tamil's language it is the oldest language of Dravidian. The third one is English, or the other people call SLE, which is from Sri Lanka English. Sri Lanka English it is derived from the Britain after colonizing. And after that, English play as the connector between Tamil and Sinhala. And for the next language is that Rhodia language. Rhodia language it is a dialect of Sinhala which is found in southern India. For the next language is that Sri Lanka Creole Malay, which is derived from Malaysia language. But on the other hand, there is a little bit difference in terms of structure, vocabulary, and grammatical. And for the last language is that Veda. Veda it is found in southern India, which is spoken by Sinhala Maldivian who live in a rural area.
As we know that there are two most spoken languages in Sri Lanka. One is Sinhala and another one is Tamil. So what is the role of English in Sri Lanka? According to the informants, he said that English is a linked language in his country. Why? Because I said just now that there are two languages in Sri Lanka, right? So it's not the entire of population in Sri Lanka can speak these two languages. some of them only can speak their mother tongue, so they need English as a link or as a connection language between the communication between them. Here we can see that English is fewer used in Sri Lanka. The point is that although the country was colonized by England, but why the population still prefer to use their local language in their communication rather than English. When we compare with other British colonized countries where the people used to speak English as their daily communication language, like Malaysia or Singapore. But in Sri Lanka, no, they do not use even code switching with their local language between their local language and English. They only use English in official area. Basically, the policy of the Britain colonization is that to separate the English to the colonized country. But according to the informant said that during the British colonization, the British didn't force them to speak English. So can be one reason of why English is not affect that much to the population in their country. Another reason is that due to Sinhala is one of the most ancient language in the world, which found more than 2,000 years ago. So, which in this point, the informant also assured that he's sure that English cannot replace their local language. Like he said that he don't think their people will reject this language because the language is very old, but they know the importance of English. In this point, we can say that the Sri Lankan people used to maintain the value of their local language, and because they consider their language as a ancient language, so they maintain the value of their local language. In the same time, they also give the importance of English. So from the above reason, we also discussed that technology and media can also be one of the reasons why Sri Lanka people prefer to speak their own language rather than English. Because as the informant mentioned that the people in their country like to watch the Hindi movie as well as listen to the Hindi music. So here we can say that Sri Lankan people is influenced by Indian trend or Indian culture more than Western culture. So as we know that technology and media is play a greatest role in spreading the language. So here is why English is not affect that much in their country. So from these three reasons, that make the Sri Lankan people prefer to speak their local language rather than English. But however, they always and they still give the importance of English.
Okay, I would like to talk about education in Sri Lanka. Education in Sri Lanka before colonization was run by religious system. Tamil learned by Brahman in their village, and Sinhala or Sinhalese learned by Buddhist monk in temple. And in during colonial time, more than 100 schools were established by Portugal, Holland, and Britain. In the time of Britain, they had the most influence to develop the education in Sri Lanka. They introduced the new subject or subcourse such as physics, chemistry, or biology. And now, education system of Sri Lanka is run by the government. They support and develop national school by giving a textbook or free charge.
In conclusion, the Sri Lanka believe that the history of the country is all and occurred together with the era more than 2,500 years ago. Sri Lanka was colonized by three countries, Portugal, Holland, and England, And after that, they gained the independence from the Britain on 4th February 1978. And after that, when the you know when the Britain have an important role in Sri Lanka, they give the education to the Sri Lanka people by giving a scholarship to them to study in Sri Lanka and study about like Britain, and they can manage about the education system to be better than before. And for the next is about the language. Although the main language in Sri Lanka, they are speak Tamil and Sinhala, and they use English only some course or some situation. But most people in Sri Lanka can speak English very well, and because they give attention and importance to the English language, that's why the people in Sri Lanka can speak English and understand. And finally, even this country is small island, and it have not much power, but they can grow up so fast in terms of economy. We can say that this is a small country, but they are much of ability. Moreover, there are many history in the Sri Lanka in the past that can change many ways into nowadays. So that's why we are very interested to learn and find the information of the Sri Lanka country. Thank you.
So the next language is that Sri Lanka Creole Malay, which is derived from Malaysia language. But on the other